Hey everybody, hey Coach here. Hey, this week I'm coming to you from Northern California, back in my home state, visiting family before the major holidays. You're gonna have to excuse a little bit of the background noise. We're here at a Lowe's Center, and I found some plants that I think you'll be really interested in, but the one we're focusing on this week is the Loropetalum varieties. Loropetalum, also known as Chinese Fringe Flower, that I have here in the basket next to me. This one here is for you guys that are in temperatures that are, winter temperatures are always above zero, anywhere from like 5 on up, they're safe. But the thing that they're really neat about is that you have the burgundy colored foliage, and then you have the magenta and red colored blooms, little fringes that come on, depending on where you're at, anywhere from late February through March, and even a little bit in fall. Sometimes you'll see them in late September and October. But the varieties that I pulled out here for you today is multiple, but plant of the week, we're gonna cover one variety of plant, but different varieties within the variety. So one of the ones that I used a lot in landscaping, because they don't get really big, and the smaller the front and backyards are in residential homes, people still wanted this, but they didn't want the big ones like the Purple Majesty. These things here go anywhere from 6 by 6 to 8 by 8, and they were just a little big, and people would just end up shearing the hell out of them, and they'd just look like a giant purple basketball after a while. This is the one I want you to focus on this week, though, if you're interested in this plant, and this is Purple Diamond. This one here only goes to about 2, maybe 3 feet by 2 or 3 feet, and they're easily maintained smaller, but they're a little slower growing, and they're very containable. They still have that punch of color in the late winter, early spring. Purple Diamond Loropetalum, fantastic use in smaller yards where you want to have this down in front and something a little taller and contrasting in the back. And then you can front these with perennial color or annual color, whatever you'd like. But this one here, Purple Diamond. The other one that's out now is one called Ever Red. Now, Loropetalum is kind of known for its bright magenta pink type of flower. And they've been hybridized over the years, and now they have one that's virtually red, and they actually call it Ever Red. The leaf surface, still burgundy all year round, with little blotches of red in it. And the flowers themselves are a fringy, same fringy type of flower, but red, almost fire engine red. Really a neat plant. This one goes a little bit bigger. This is like anywhere's 4 by 4 size, totally unpruned. So Ever Red Loropetalum, and then the old standby, the Purple Majesty, which is big, and it has more of a purple lilac, purple, I don't know what colors you actually, almost lavender, I would say. And this is a big one if you want a backdrop. You want something in a big bed, and you want it as a purple backdrop, Purple Majesty Loropetalum. So if you're in those zones that are 0 degrees or higher in the wintertime, and you don't suffer that sub-freezing, sub-zero temperatures, and you want something that's a little different as far as foliage, maybe you don't like the pokies of the barberry, Chinese Fringe Flower, Loropetalum. Look for it at Lowe's and any other mom and pop nurseries. They have lots and lots of them in the springtime when they're blooming, and that will be in wherever you're at. That could be March, April, May, something like that. So check it out, Loropetalum. Hey, this is Coach. I'm glad you tuned in for our plant of the week. I'll catch you next week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and share it with a friend. You know, comment down below. I appreciate your attention. See ya. Take care.